Hello all, welcome back to the tutorials. So in the next series we will start exploring more about the microcontroller interfaces. So one of the interface that we will talk about is the PWM interface. Just before going to PWM interface inside a microcontroller, let us talk about some of the basic things that are associated with it. The circuit you see here on the left side is basically a MOSFET as a switch application. Like if you provide a gate input based on the supply that is provided to this n-channel MOSFET, the output voltage would be seen here across the load. So for an n-channel, if you give high here, this MOSFET would be on and you would see a 0 here, and if you give low here, this MOSFET would be off and the 3.3 volt would be divided across this resistive divider and you would see the corresponding output voltage here. So that is a simple circuit there that we are talking about. So when you see this circuitry, you see that the output voltage is always depending on the input voltage that is provided here. So the input voltage generally for any circuit, if it is need to be automatically done, it should be given from a microcontroller, so that you will write a program and based on your requirement it automatically controls the MOSFET. So the scenarios could be you provide a low from the microcontroller, a high from the microcontroller, or a simple square wave which has high and both high and low which are equal. So high we are talking as Tn and low we are talking as T off. So the scenario is a square wave with high and low of equal width. And there could be another scenario from the microcontroller where this is also a square wave where the on pulse time is greater than the off pulse time. So this could be another scenario. So that's what we are talking here, a square wave with high and low of different width. So these are the different scenarios. So now when you talk about these scenarios, when you we talked about two scenarios here, low and high, but if you give a square wave here from a microcontroller, based on the width of this pulse, the output voltage would be seen. So we'll talk further when we say what output voltage we are seeing and what are the parameters that need to be provided to the microcontroller to generate these waveforms such that you generate a corresponding output voltage. Moving further, so again, as I said, first the microcontroller or the user who is writing a program for a microcontroller should understand what need to be given to the microcontroller such that you generate a required output voltage here. So the important terminology that is or specification we should say is duty cycle, where duty cycle is defined as on time of the square waveform by on plus off time for a given time period. So that is the duty cycle definition. So if you see the square wave pulse here, if the on time is 1 second and off time is 1 second, the duty cycle is 0.5. Again, if on time is more, off time is less, the duty cycle will be more than 50%. So and one more thing is that duty cycle is always defined in terms of percentage. So when you say 0.5 here, that means the in terms of percentage you say it as 50%. So for a square wave which has equal on and off periods, the duty cycle is 50%. And another example, if you see here, for a square wave of T on, that means the on period is greater than the off period, the duty cycle is 75%. So if you simply understand the scenario here, we said when the n-channel MOSFET is present, when the input is high, it would be high here. When the input is low, it would be when the input is high here, the output would be 0 here. When the input is low, the output is high, which is a resistive divider divided voltage. So now if you apply this pulse based on the pulse width, you will get the corresponding output voltage here, which will be varying continuously based on this pulse. So we will discuss in detail about this duty cycle and other parameters of PWM.